Surf's up, everyone! Surf's up! Surf's up! Surf's up! Wait a minute. I'm not on the ocean. I'm not at the beach. I'm in my room, actually, in my house. Yeah. And also, speaking of Surf's Up, and today, guys, I am going to be doing my movie review on Surf's Up. So, before I go, when I go right over here, I'm going to say this. Okay, yeah. Even though summer already started. So I'm gonna do it right now and cue the intro. Okay, guys, this is it. Summer already started, and now I am going to be starting this movie review right now, today, which I am going to be reviewing this movie today. So without further ado, let's start this review right now, actually. Hey guys, this is Evan's Disney's Film Corner 2023 here, and today, guess what, guys? And today I am going to be doing my movie review on Surf's Up. Came in the year of 2007. I am going to read this plot on the internet. So basically, what the plot's about: surfing, meaning everything to teach penguin. Cody Maverick, followed by a documentary film crew. He leaves his home Antarctica in Pingu Island, and in sight of the Big Z memorial surf off. Cody wants to respect and he believes the winning in competition will bring him what he curves. However, an encounter with a washed up surfer or geek teaches Cody about what is truly important. So that's basically what the plot's about this movie. So I do remember that this movie actually did came out on June 8th of 2007, and yeah. And also, this movie has a lot of talented cast in this movie, like Zoe Deschanel. And even the rest of the cast were definitely fantastic, and also, And I know that this movie is actually directed by Ash Byrne and Chris Buck, which honestly, which I am going to talk about Chris Buck for a bit later in this video, but that's okay. And now let's talk about the cast of this movie. Honestly, and also the actor who played Cody Maverick was also great in this movie as well. And Jeff Bridges was also great in this movie as well as Garrick, which I'm sorry I mispronounced his name. And Zoe Deschanel in this movie. I thought she did fantastic in this movie, voicing Leah Gaga, which sorry I mispronounced the name, which is actually Cody's love interest. Which honestly, speaking of Zoe Deschanel, Zoe Deschanel actually was in Elf, which honestly, to be honest, my favorite role of Zoe Deschanel is definitely Jovi from Elf. And also I'll always remember Zoe Deschanel as Jovi from Elf. Actually, that's my favorite role of Zoe Deschanel. Even the rest of the cast of this movie is absolutely phenomenal. And also another thing that I really do like about this movie is that that's very unique about this movie, about Surf's Up, is that it's actually a mockumentary, which honestly is really exciting, which I know we did get last year with Michelle the Shell with Shoes On, which I need to watch that movie. I heard so many amazing things about that movie. I will watch that movie soon, actually, which honestly, which I heard that movie is supposed to be really heartfelt and really fantastic as well, which I heard that movie is supposed to be amazing, which I really want to watch that movie really soon. But also, even though this is actually this Sony Animation's second movie, actually, with their first movie being Open Season in 2006, which came out. Which speaking of Open Season, I mean Open Season was released on September 29th of 2006 as well. Which honestly, yeah, and also yeah, I know this movie was released on June 8th of 2007, which is honestly, I think releasing this movie in June is very suitable actually, because this movie does take place in this movie does take place on a beach actually, and yeah, that does take place on an island actually, which honestly yeah, and honestly yeah, even though this movie actually did get nominated for Best Animated Feature, but lost out to Ratatouille actually, so yeah, and also yeah, and honestly yeah, this yeah, yeah, and also yeah, and also yeah, it is a mockumentary movie, so yeah. And now let's talk about the music and the score of this movie, which is actually composed by Mayo Aldana, which correct me if I'm wrong if I pronounce his name correctly. I mean yeah, I know he did compose The Good Dinosaur and Onward as well, which honestly yeah. Yeah, his score of this movie is definitely fantastic. I mean, yeah, it definitely fits that surfing theme of the movie very well, actually. And yeah, the music and the score of this movie still holds up to this day. I mean, 16 years later, even though Surf's Up actually did celebrated its 15th anniversary last year in 2022. So yeah. And honestly, yeah. And also, speaking of Chris Buck, which I forgot to mention that, he did, move to Sony Pictures Animation, actually. He used to work at Disney. He, used to work at Disney through, 1978 to 2004 until, he, got, moved to Sony Pictures Animation, which, he worked there to 2004 to 2018. So yeah. And also yeah. And also and he but in 2008 he went back to Disney after he directed the Oscar nominated Surf's Up, which is this movie as well. And he actually did the adaptation of The Snow Queen, which is actually Frozen actually, which that became a massive hit and made $1 billion actually. Same thing goes with the sequel, Frozen 2, which honestly, that movie crossed over $1 billion, and that became even more successful than the first Frozen. So yeah, and also yeah, which honestly, I thought he did absolutely phenomenal directing this movie. Which honestly, I definitely cannot wait for his next movie, Wish, which he's actually directing with Fon Farah's son Thorne. Which honestly, I definitely cannot wait for that movie. I mean, it's about time that Disney makes a stylized animated film of Wish. Like yeah, I just definitely cannot wait for Wish. That's definitely my most anticipated movie of 2023. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that movie. I'm definitely gonna go and see this movie when it comes out in theaters on November 22nd of 2023. So yeah, I mean yeah, I definitely cannot wait for Wish as well. So yeah, and now let's get back onto Surf's Up. So yeah, yeah, and now let's talk about the animation of this movie, which honestly, it still holds up to this day. Actually, it still holds up 16 years later. I mean, it still looks absolutely phenomenal to this day. It still looks gorgeous. I mean, yeah, even though Sony Pictures Animation actually made Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I am planning on seeing the sequel actually, Beyond the Spider-Verse, which I heard is supposed to be really fantastic actually. So yeah, which honestly yeah, and also yeah, and also yeah, the animation, I really like how breathtaking it looks, especially the surfing scenes look fantastic, and yeah, even the cinematography of this movie is definitely fantastic. The camera actually shakes because it's a mockumentary, which honestly yeah, it's definitely yeah. Overall, I have nothing else to say about this movie. So yeah, this movie was definitely very really enjoyable and a lot of fun and very fantastic as well. So yeah, so if you haven't seen Surf's Up, Wait a Minute, I highly recommend it. So yeah, so I'm gonna give Surf's Up a 10 out of 10 spectacular. So yeah, guys, what do you think of my movie review on Surf's Up? So yeah, Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe my channel, and make sure to like this video. So yeah. So, stay tuned for my movie review on Rango, which will be coming out next Friday on June 30th of this year. So, stay tuned for that. So, yeah. And my my sneak peek for my reviews of July 2023, which will be coming out on Thursday, June 29th of this year. So, stay tuned for that. So, yeah. So I make this wish. Who's your favorite fearless hero? How far I'll go? Oh, we don't talk about Bruno. You're just on Popo Loco. And bye.